plus 3. Okay, yeah. Looks good. Okay. Okay, I think a majority of you are done.
Do negative, and you do like distribute the negative first and then square it?
No, you square it first, distribute the negative after on the answer.
Oh, okay. But only on that part? Yeah, it's not the. It's been a while. It's been a while.
All right, y'all ready for something new? I mean, same topic, but you ready to see something more challenging? Ready or not, here it comes. All right, so I'm sticking with this same idea of difference quotient, okay? But now I'm going to give you a new function. And the function's going to look, well, not very bad. But the computation is going to turn out to be a little bit more difficult. Got it? All right, I'm going to work this one. I'll give you one to work after I work one, all right? I'm going to do 2 examples, and I'm going to give you all 2 problems to work. All right, here we go. Let me just start by trying to figure out what f of x plus h is. Remember, my ultimate goal is to do this, but I'm going to just do this part first. And I was talking to some of you as I walked around, I was telling you, in your notes, it might be valuable for you to actually write down like what you're actually doing. Like this right here is going to be something, right? And then later on, I'm going to label everything I'm doing so that you know what the actual, all this stuff on your paper actually means. All right, so that means all I do here is replace x with x plus h, right? Yeah? That doesn't seem like that's too difficult. Do y'all see that? All I did was replace that x with x plus h. Not so bad? Okay? Hello? Okay. All right, so I've got that part. Forget that. I don't need it. I mean, now let me do this. So f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Let me see if I can write this all down. All right, what was the f of x plus h? Well, we just found that, right? It was here. So I'm going to put that right here. 1 over x plus h plus 2. Then what?
You have to subtract.
Subtract from that, what?
1 over x plus 2.
Yeah, the f of x, which is just this, right?
Yeah.
1 over x plus 2. Now, I do not need parentheses right now because that minus sign can't get passed through right now. It's just a fraction, so I'm just going to leave it like that. We good?
Yeah.
All of this over h. All right. Now, I said on the previous problem that we did, like after you multiply things out, you should get things to cancel, and at the end of it all, you should have things with just h, right? Just h. The difficulty we're going to have right now is the fact that we can't put these together and get things to cancel out. Right? You can't add these 2 fractions together or subtract them. Why? Why can't you put those together?
Because they don't have the same.
They don't have the same denominator. Right? It's like if I'm asking you to do 1/5 minus 1/3. You can't put them together because they don't have the same denominator. So what do you have to do in this case? Get a common, right? Get a common denominator. So what you would do in this case is you'd multiply the top and bottom here by 3 and the top and bottom here by 5. Isn't that how you get a common denominator? We have to do the same thing. And what is the common denominator?
X plus h plus 2.
X plus h plus 2 is what you would think it is. And you would think, oh, I just need to put like a plus h here, right? But the problem is you can't do that with fractions. Let me try and illustrate. Let's say that I have a fraction 1/4. Can I just add 2 here and add 2 here and it be the same fraction? Can I add top and bottom? Let's see, what does that come out to be? 3/6, which is 1/2. But I started out with what? 1/4? 1/4 can't be 1/2, right? Now, can I multiply the top and bottom by 2? Yes, that I can do because if I multiply, I get 2/8, and that's still 1/4. So what I'm getting at is, I agree, if we could just get a plus h here, then we would have it. But the only way to get a plus h here Well, we can't. We can't add it on top and bottom, so that's not going to work. So instead, here's what we'll do. I wish it were that easy, but it's not. Okay, I'm going to do this over h. Now, I left a space here intentionally. I'm going to put the first thing we had here, and then minus the 1 over x plus 2. I'm going to get my common denominator now. I'm going to multiply this fraction by x plus 2 over x plus 2. Now, I'll put this in parentheses like that. That's kind of like when you're trying to get common denominator, you multiply top and bottom by 3. It's got to be, the same thing top and bottom. And then on this one, what do you think I'm going to multiply by? X plus h plus 2. It's all right, x plus h plus 2. Now, why does this work? What would this new denominator right here be? This times that, right? And what's the denominator here? This times that, and they're the same now, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, that's how it has to be done. Sorry, I'm only the messenger. I'm here to tell you this is the way it has to happen. Okay? So, to be careful, I'm going to put this in parentheses, this in parentheses, this in parentheses, this in parentheses. So this step right here, I'm getting a common denominator. All right, now, let's do it. Let's put it together. So I'm going to have the x plus 2 times 1, which is just x plus 2, over the common denominator, x plus 2 times x plus h plus 2. Then minus, now I do this whole thing times 1, which just gives you x plus h plus 2, over the denominator, x plus 2 times x plus h plus 2. Then all of this crap over h.
And that's the answer.
Nope. Oh, no. We're not there yet. That'd be nice. Remember I said at the end of the day, we're going to have something that just has an h in it. We're going to be able to cancel that h. This h right here, every problem that you do, this h right here should go away at the end. So that's when you'll know you're done, when that h goes away. All right, but we have the same denominator now, don't we? So now we can combine them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take x plus 2, and I'm going to subtract from it this guy right here, right? So I will have x plus 2. What would the rest be? That's this. Then what? Minus. So that minus doesn't need to go to each of these?
Yeah.
Yes. So it'll be minus x. What? Minus h. Minus 2. All over, not h yet, our common denominator, x plus 2 times x plus h plus 2, and then all of that over h. Look at what happens up in that numerator.
Everything cancels out but negative h.
Yep, the 2's are gone, the x's are gone, and all you have is a negative h up top. And that's a great thing. You have negative h up top over the common denominator. I'm sorry, but you can't get rid of it. It's there. It's like that annoying friend that doesn't go away.
So the answer would just be 1 over common denominator?
Yeah, so because you have an h here and here, the h's are going to cancel. I just want to make sure, though, you understand why they're going to cancel. When you look at this, this is a fraction. Just look at h down here as being h over 1. And so you have a fraction over a fraction. And when you have a fraction divided by a fraction, it's the same as multiplication of the reciprocal. That means this is the same as 1 over h being put here. So it's like you're flipping it, bringing it up here, and then it's gone here. And now your h's cancel. So what are you left with? Negative 1, the common denominator. Yikes. What do you think of that?
More steps.
Yeah. The algebra in here is getting a little more difficult.
Sir, how did the negative h, negative x, negative h
Okay, so back here, remember we were here? And we were going to try and put these together? Yeah, you sure? Okay. Yeah, that's one of the major mistakes I see, and I saw it on a few of your papers. This minus sign needs to pass through everything here. So it's minus x minus h minus 2. Man, I'm not quite sure I want to throw you into this next one or not. I don't think I will. How about you try this one? Three over x. See if you can set it all up. Wait, what time did we go to? 45. Oh, we only have 5 minutes left? What happened? Wow. Okay, so I guess we're not talking about the limit today. See if you can get at least the beginning of the difference quotient set up on this one. Did the sign-in sheet go around to everyone? Where is that thing? All right, so for tonight, there's really, there's not any homework assigned out of the book. So why don't I do this? Why don't I give this as a homework problem, all right, to be turned in next class? We'll count it as a quiz, all right? So do this at home, and then while you're doing it, why don't you tackle that one. And that one. So for all three of these, you want to find the difference quotient, all right? Understand? You can take a picture, that's fine. And we'll just call it a day because I don't think you really have any time realistically to get too far into these in 5 minutes or 4 minutes. Everybody have a good day. You'll know